Hello, this is Alexander Cross, attorney. If you'd like to learn more about criminal law here in the San Francisco Bay Area, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross and Associates. So we received an interesting inquiry here on our YouTube channel. This has to do with child pornography and something a little bit worse than that. So my husband was accused of molesting a girl in a supermarket. When the police arrived at the house, they found photos of nude children on his computer. Well, first of all, let's talk about the molestation in the supermarket. First question I would have is, how old was the child? Because it really matters. See, if we're talking about a child that was under the age of 14, we're talking about a violation of Penal Code Section 288, parentheses A, felony, which carries anywhere from 6 to 8 years state prison, plus having to register as a sex offender for life. That is lewd and lascivious acts with a child. Generally speaking, this has to do with touching private parts, chest, groin area, buttocks area, those types of things for sexual pleasure. That, like I said before, on top of it potentially carrying an 8-year sentence, we're also talking about a 290 lifetime sex registration. Now, but that's assuming that the child was 14 or under. If the child was from 14 to 16, now we're talking about a violation of Penal Code Section 288, parentheses C, which is still a felony, but that carries up to 3 years state prison, still requires sex registration. Now, if we were talking about an adult, well, that's a 243.4. That usually is a misdemeanor that carries up to 1 year county jail, but we're talking about a child here. However, the possession of the child pornography, which would be a violation of Penal Code Section 311.10, not only does that carry up to 5 years state prison, it also carries 290 sex registration. Now, the problem, aside from the fact that you could be convicted and have to register as a sex offender for being in possession of that child pornography, is the fact that that child pornography will be used by the DA to show that the defendant has a propensity to like children in a sexual manner. And it's going to give that much more weight to the testimony of the child. I mean, if you just have a child testify, he touched me here, but he's never done anything like that, there's no evidence of that, there are, a billion people in the community that know him, love him, respect him, it's going to carry far less weight. However, a child says, yeah, he touched me here, and then you go to his house and you see a bunch of child porn on his computer. Oh, that's not going to go so well. Now, maybe that computer was used by the teenage son of the defendant. Maybe he didn't have that thing password protected. Okay, this could be used as a defense in that regard. Hopefully there is that teenage son who may have used the porn, and maybe he, watched the porn. Maybe he will get charged with the child pornography. But if we're talking about a computer that's password protected, he's the only one that could have possibly used it. The child porn is looked at while his son is clearly at school. Oh boy, we have a problem there, because that's definitely going to give the child's testimony a lot of weight. And like I said before, if you get convicted of a 288 and you have to register as a sex offender, you can't just live wherever you want. You can't live near schools, parks. You can't even rent an apartment in a building because there are kids and families that live there. So you basically have to rent a room or a house in an isolated area. It's very, very difficult to be a sex offender. And on top of it, nobody wants to hire a sex offender. And your information is going to show up everywhere on meganslaw.ca.gov. Anybody can look that up whenever they want to. So, regardless of that, if you'd like to learn more about criminal law here in the San Francisco Bay Area, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross and Associates. But if you've been accused of having committed a crime and need representation in court, be sure to give us a call at 1-800-862-7677. Once again, 1-800-862-7677. The next video that we're going to be making has to do with a wife who's been having sex with her husband without consent. We'll see you on our next video.